Quick Crypto bringing you quick crypto news. FUD is at all-time highs. Trump's tariffs and the Federal Reserve has everybody in a chokehold right now. But that is exactly how they want you to feel. This is all by design. The markets are preparing for a huge relief rally and a huge explosion very, very soon. And these three altcoins are about to generate some absolutely insane returns. Don't be emotional, be logical, and let's dive into the madness. Now, one of the biggest promises President Trump made before taking over the White House was that the markets were going to boom. Take a listen.
We have $6 or $7 trillion coming into our country, and we've never seen anything like it. The markets are going to boom, the stock is going to boom, the country is going to boom.
Now, it's quite ironic looking back on this right now, arguably quite funny, because since his inauguration, it has been nothing but pain and blood in the streets ever since. Bitcoin currently is down 25% from all-time highs. Altcoins are faring far, far worse, most of them being down 60, if not even 70% down since Trump took over. And even the S&P 500 and the stock market looks like something out of a horror movie, a murder scene. It is disaster across the board. The main reason, of course, is due to the tariffs, the fear of trade wars, the uncertainty the tariffs are bringing, and now the doubt in Trump's leadership, if he knows what he's doing or not. The headlines of tariffs alone are enough to send the markets into a spiral, and it's just been 3 days since Trump shocked the world, giving us clarity finally, which is, good, but he did so in issuing tariffs on 185 countries all at once. One of the largest tariffs in US history, and it will be going into effect on the 9th of April, 4 days away from now. As a result of these tariffs, we saw over $2 trillion of market cap wiped out of the S&P 500 futures market in just 15 minutes, no less. And we have seen a lot more wiped out since. However, Bitcoin comparatively and interestingly as well has fared so much better. And we can see in the market, the S&P 500 is down roughly 10% since Trump's global tariff announcements, whereas Bitcoin comparatively is only down 3%. Why is that? Well, that's because of the massive positive signs we have incoming for crypto as a whole, not just the regulatory frameworks being drawn up right now, the market structure bill and the stablecoin bills being drawn up in the Senate and the House as well, but it's also due to the imminent signs of quantitative easing. Last month, the FOMC meeting disclosed some very bullish information while keeping rate cuts unchanged for now, stating the Fed is not in a hurry to adjust and is well positioned to wait for greater clarity. There was a major announcement regarding quantitative tightening QT that stated starting in April, so starting this month, the Fed will slow the pace of decline of its securities holdings by reducing the monthly redemption cap on Treasury securities from $25 billion to $5 billion. So we have seen a significant decrease in quantitative tightening QT, and this will soon flip into quantitative easing QE. Keep in mind and remember that Jerome Powell, he's not an idiot, but he's just uncertain right now. He stated just yesterday when addressing the nation that he expects Trump's tariffs to raise inflation and lower growth, and indicated that the central bank won't move on interest rates until it gets a clearer picture on the ultimate impacts. The fact of the matter is he's not sure how the inflation and the markets are going to react right now. So in that regard, that makes the 10th of April a very important date. Just 5 days away from now, we're going to be seeing the release of March's CPI data. So what the inflation currently looks like. This will have a significant impact on the next FOMC meeting and whether or not we will be getting rate cuts. The Fed uncertainties aren't reassuring investors though. That's the problem here. That's the problematic situation we're in right now. And as a result, it is blinding many of us investors by what is really going on, that this market crash was all by design.
This administration is crashing the markets on purpose. Let me repeat, this administration is crashing the markets on purpose. And here's why. We've got $9.2 trillion in debt maturing in the first half of this year. With the 10-year yield crashing below 4%, just like Bessent said that it would, we're going to be able to refinance our debt at sub 4% rates, which is going to save Americans and the U.S. government trillions of dollars in interest payments over the next several years.
There is over $7 trillion worth of debt that is reaching maturity in the first half of 2025, and most of this debt is actually maturing in the first quarter, which was March, which has just passed. So the United States is now in a better position than before. The United States is not in the position to pay off their debt. So their only option is to refinance it. By crashing the markets, they now have the ability to refinance this debt at lower levels, therefore saving trillions of dollars, which can be redistributed back into the markets. This is also part of the reason why Trump stated that now would be a perfect time for Jerome Powell to cut rates. The other reason why is because Trump claims energy prices are down, interest rates are down, inflation is down, and even eggs are down 69%. And jobs are up, all within just 2 months of his tenure, which is quite impressive. And in fact, yesterday's non-farm payroll data supports this claim that it showcases right now we saw 209,000 more jobs added to the US economy, and this is 82,000 more than he expected, 127,000. This is very bullish and clear signs that we are steering away from recession, which is good news, and the dollar strength weakening is actually a good news and good thing for on-risk assets like crypto. So we are preparing for a huge relief rally and a market reversal in the next few months seemingly as well, as we are seeing global money printing with the likes of China printing large stimulus packages to boost their factories. Japan has been printing large amounts of money as well, and the same can be said for many other parts within Asia and even across Europe as well. So, Daddy Powell, Jerome Powell, will soon follow in suit in the United States, injecting more liquidity in the US economy, and that extra capital will flood into the on-risk assets, into Bitcoin, into crypto, and also into altcoins as well. The bigger indicator of this though is the M2 money supply. It is surging. If you load up TradingView right here and you click on the indicators up here and you type in M2, the second one is the one you want, and if you add the 10 to 12 week delay, so 70 to 90 days or so, you will see where we're currently positioned. The reason why you've got to add a delay is because the money that's printed into the economy always goes into the safe assets first. So bonds, real estate, stocks like the S&P 500 is more safer than the likes of crypto. And then this money will trickle down into the high risk assets like crypto, like Bitcoin, like altcoins. And we can see here the M2 is starting to shape up massively going into mid-April and much, much higher going into May and beyond. Bitcoin dominance is still extremely high, but there are some altcoins that I believe could outperform Bitcoin in the next few months. And I'll be showing 3 of them right here in this video. But of course, for more information on what I am personally doing in a particular bull run, you can follow me here and check out the VIP group at wop.com/coin-factory, keeping all of you informed on what my moves and targets are, building realistic market expectations through alpha institutional research documents while also actively trading this market. We have a limited time offer of a 7-day free trial, allowing those to get a peek behind the curtains, if you will, of everything we're doing. There's so much more to come in this space. So wop.com/coin-factory if you are interested. Links down below in the description. Now, this is the first altcoin that I believe will outperform Bitcoin. The altcoin in question is none other than Casper. Similar to Bitcoin, Casper is a fair launch proof of work project, except with its block DAG architecture, it has the ability to scale and conduct extremely fast transactions while remaining completely decentralized. Casper is undergoing a huge upgrade and migration, and on the 5th of May, so just under a month away from now, Casper will activate the crescendo hard fork, meaning in principle, Casper will be 10 times faster than it currently is right now. We can see this migration taking place already with node operators switching to the new Rusty Casper RK version 1.0.0, and this will allow Casper to be 6,000 times faster than Bitcoin as well. Better still, Casper has many initiatives building the likes of smart contract applications on their layer 1, with teams like Casplex, for example, confirming they are talking to other entities to bridge other blockchain ecosystems onto Casper and to onboard stablecoins like USDT Tether, which is very bullish news for more adoption coming through. You also have institutional entities who are also showcasing their desire to use Casper. The KRI and DII are one of the same thing, and there are many institutional grade products that are being created with Casper at the center thanks to the KII. The KII also recently released their Casper Ethereum virtual machine, their Casper EVM, meaning some of their projects and some of their initiatives can start moving on to the next phase, pushing us one step closer to institutional adoption and real-world use cases for Casper. The biggest and most unique selling point for Casper, in my opinion, is the MEV resistance architecture, giving it an additional level of protection against bad actors, making it a much more secure layer 1 infrastructure. Casper has been building for a very long time, and better still, Casper still lacks the big tier 1 exchange lists, the likes of Binance and Coinbase and OKX and some others. Although, the good news is there are sources and leaks that confirm Casper has been and is still in conversation with these exchanges, and it looks like that the exchanges are waiting for a huge event catalyst and a market reversal. With so many big Casper developments taking shape in May and beyond this, May is looking like a very strong month for Casper to start gaining momentum again. The second altcoin I believe could outperform Bitcoin is another layer 1 infrastructure called Sui. Dissimilar to Casper, Sui is a proof of stake instead of a proof of work. But Sui has the advantage of early adoption with VC backing and institutional backing. For example, in March, Merkle Science partnered with Sui, stating that it is the only blockchain built for mass adoption, which I could argue right now Sui is definitely one of the front runners. We can see in this post here, as part of this partnership, Merkle Science will leverage its industry-leading solutions, Compass and Tracker, to provide real-time transactions monitoring, proactive risk management, and investigative support on Sui, and these tools will enhance due diligence for DeFi, NFT applications, and other on-chain activities by reducing manual processes, improving fraud detection, and streamlining compliance efforts. This is extremely bullish news for Sui, not to mention, in more big news, that the first institutional-grade liquid stacked Bitcoin is now available on Sui as well, providing users with liquidity without having to actually sell it. It cannot be denied that right now Sui is beating many others in this DeFi race, and Sui has already seen a huge rally to almost $5.50, and with Sui being a US-based crypto project, it does give them a unique advantage, meaning Sui will react more accordingly to US market developments and what Trump does in the immediate short term as well. Potentially, Sui can also benefit from Trump's alleged zero tax benefits for all US-based crypto projects. Sui is also set to host the Sui Basecamp conference in Dubai at the beginning of May. So once again, May is shaping up to be a big month for Sui as well, and will likely rally much higher. Sui, in also good news, is keeping up with the current metas, and they are going all in on gaming while actively developing AI projects. And speaking of which, the final altcoin that I believe could outperform Bitcoin is Bittensor, aka Tau. Tau is another fair launch project modeling after Bitcoin. However, it's not a layer 1, instead it is a decentralized AI project. By creating competitive subnets for machine learning, compute power and storage, Tau is like a digital marketplace where the best performing products and services will earn Tau tokens as rewards. The biggest concern in this space, and in the world for that matter, is centralized entities creating new AI solutions, the likes of Google or Microsoft, and the competition ongoing right now between the likes of America and China, who's going to come out on top. Centralization is a big issue. The power of AI cannot be overlooked, and Tau provides a decentralized way to tap into this space, which is huge. The only thing institutions the likes of Wall Street are more bullish on than crypto right now is the evolution of AI. We can see here, AI has become one of the most important technologies in modern history. Today, 75% of businesses aim to integrate AI into their operations by 2026, so by next year, while 63% of users are open to letting autonomous agents manage their funds. The market numbers further back this up. DeFi and AI, crypto and AI, two of the most popular sectors amongst venture capitals, VCs, are currently valued at $101.6 billion and $7.2 billion respectively. And truth be told, that is just scraping the surface. If you want a lot more in-depth proof, you can find countless alpha research documents regarding AI and so much more in the VIP group at wap.com/coin-factory. The next couple of months are going to be so explosive. All the signs are there, so buckle up, do your own research, or better still, come chill, chat and learn much more in the CF community, Coin Factory, links down below. And remember, as always, don't be emotional, be logical, and I'll see you in the next one.